Don't try to become enlightened because you already are. And the very fact that you try is exactly the reason why you don't discover it, remember it. There are different words and all of them are wrong, but you know what I mean. You don't self improve yourself spiritually. You don't suddenly become smarter and get stuff. It's a relaxation in your being, it's a letting go of assumptions. And the first and most wrong assumption is that everything is not that it should be. Things should be different, that you should be having a different experience. You should be feeling this fantastic love and this connection with the whole universe, and we should behave in a certain way. But that's all concepts. That's just all imagination based on the assumption that we know what reality is. But just consider, and this is the whole point of inquiry and all meditation, just consider you may be living an illusion of perception of our reality. Just consider that, not to freak yourself out, but just relax into the sense that you may not know. It's a bit tough for the brain to keep surviving without a clear idea of what is what, but just take a break. That's why they call it meditation. It's just the permission for a few minutes to completely let go of everything. That's the goal. You train your attention, but ultimately you only let go of your unconscious patterns. And that unconscious patterns are creating a sense of a reality. And that reality is telling us that we are not enough, that we are separated, that we are not one, that there's people out there, that tomorrow something may happen to you. It's all thoughts. And thoughts are just part of what's happening. But it takes a leap of faith to relax in God's will, to briefly consider that things may be actually already perfect. And it's just our interpretation of them that is making it not perfect. And that catches us in an endless vicious circle of trying harder to become, to improve. And I'm not saying don't do your stuff to improve. What I'm saying is that let your mind and your body do it. It's just happening. You may not even have control over that movie. Can you just let go and let your mind and your body move, and all these patterns of behavior just happen as if it was a movie? And the reason for that is not to play a funny game. It's just to leap over our own beliefs, our own assumptions, and discover that everything has been always just perfect. And it will always will, because there's no before and after. There's only this. There's only you and me having this apparent interaction. But there is no difference between you and me, between your body and the camera that I'm using to record this. There's no difference. It's just a conceptual separation we make. But can you relax so you don't do it anymore? And if you explore that little by little, and it can be very quick, but it sort of feels for most people that it's just happening to them as if you're opening, you're not really improving, and yet everything is improving. By everything, I mean your emotional trip. When you relax and everything is already perfect, life feels perfect. So even when something will happen, it will be experienced like in a movie. It will experience like it's not something you have to fix, it's just happening. And your body and your mind does whatever it has to do. And with a bit more of detailed observation, you notice that you may actually not control your thoughts. You may actually not control your behavior as we think. So we have the illusion to be a separate self and being doing this or that. Maybe actually all just a fiction of some sort, as, as if our attention is just being trapped by excluding, by tensing, by contracting our attention and choosing this or that. Like, I don't like my life the way it is. These emotions shouldn't be happening. We get on this line of thoughts, and they are just thoughts. You don't even need to pay attention to them. That's why sages like Nisargadatta or Ramana Maharshi would just say, just be silent. They're not saying that shut out your mouth. You could be talking, you can be making a YouTube video and still be resting behind the experience. And I'm just using the concept behind just to get out of it because it's not behind, it's not in, it's not out, it's not before, it's not after. It's just a relaxation. And I hope this doesn't land on you like a strange, smart ass philosophy or something like that. I hope you don't find it confusing, although it will make sense that it's a bit confusing if you're living your life from the point that you are still trying to reach enlightenment, or trying to reach perfection, and you know that freedom, that perfection is yours already. You know it. That's why you strive for it. But there is just one last problem, that if you do anything to get it, you're already falling from the Garden of Eden. You're already falling from the reality that you are already always the most, the deepest part of your being here and now, the essence of you. It is love itself. And you don't need to recognize even mentally that that's the case. Actually, your mind is what tells you this is not the case. But can you, like in Matrix, take the red pill and leap over your own assumptions of the reality you're living and just rest behind as if you were in a dream and you're how you wake up from a dream? Well, start questioning the reality of what you're living. Step number one. But in a very short statement, just relax. Let whatever it is, whatever is reality, whatever it is enlightenment, it already is. It's not changing. So you don't need to change anything to realize what is not changing. I hope you don't find that a riddle. For the mind, it's definitely a riddle, but for your experience of living, of being alive, even without perceiving anything, the deeper sense of being alive, of being aware, for that part of you, this is just an illusion of some video in front of you telling you something that you know. I'm just a part of your mind telling you what you already know, hoping that you collect courage to let go of what you think is real and just rest. in the eternal. Whatever is true is true. Just jump into that. Whatever is real, it is already real. You don't need to make it. You don't even need to realize it. You just have to stop reinforcing what is not real, all the change, thoughts, sensory experience, and just leap over that and relax in that everything is always perfect. You're home, you're safe. You don't need to worry, you don't need to fix anything. Just relax and let reality be real. You don't even need to recognize it. You are it. You just need to stop denying that it is the case. And that requires courage because our fear is on the way. So just don't do anything. Even when your mind and your body does stuff, just rest in the recognition that whatever is real, it is already real. And that is the case right now. And you can recognize, you can remember, you can fall into, you can understand that you are already